Hello, fellow cat lovers. Have you ever noticed that despite all their grace and agility, our beloved feline companions can sometimes get sick? One of the most common ailments is the simple cold. Many owners underestimate how serious this can be, but neglecting or mistreating a cold can significantly weaken your cat's system. Let's embark on a fascinating journey into the world of feline health and learn how to recognize a cold in your pet and help them get back on their paws quickly. What exactly is a cat cold and how do you spot one? The seemingly simple term cold can actually mask a variety of upper respiratory infections. Most often, the culprit is chilling or a weakened immune system that can't fend off viruses and bacteria. As a result, your cat might start sneezing, develop a runny nose, become slightly lethargic, or even lose their appetite. And if you don't catch these warning signs in time, the consequences can be far more serious than they initially seem. Point 1. Prioritizing warmth and comfort. You've probably heard that cats adore warmth. And it's not just a whim. When they get chilled, their bodies become more susceptible to viruses. Remember, in the wild, cats either hunker down in a warm spot or find a secluded nook to keep themselves toasty. But indoors, if drafts are blowing through cracks or there are no cozy shelters from the cold, your furry friend is at risk of catching a cold. What to do? Make sure your home maintains a stable temperature. Avoid leaving your beloved pet in direct cold airflow from air conditioning and provide a soft bed or a snug, warm blanket. This way, your cat can sleep soundly. And as we know, they sleep up to 16 hours a day and recover their strength without wasting energy on battling the cold. Point 2. Keen observation of well-being. Cats, like true aristocrats, don't always readily show when they're feeling unwell. Sometimes you might not even suspect anything's amiss. Your pet might just hide more, look a bit grumpy, or turn their nose up at their favorite food. If you notice frequent sneezing, nasal discharge, coughing, or watery eyes, don't dismiss it as trivial. These are clear signals that your cat has gotten chilled or caught a viral infection. Just like the sound of a vacuum cleaner strains a cat's hearing. We talked about this in a previous article, remember? Even a slight sniffle in feline terms can be much more serious than we realize. By the way, some particularly shy cats try to conceal their weakness to appear strong. This is where your role as an owner is crucial, to recognize the signs early and help. Point 3. Home care and first aid measures. Many owners make the mistake of thinking, oh, they just sneezed a couple of times. It's nothing to worry about. However, if your cat becomes lethargic and eats less, it's important to act promptly. Veterinarians recommend providing your pet with peace, warmth, and access to fresh water. You can gently wipe their eyes and nasal passages with a soft cotton pad soaked in warm boiled water or a weak chamomile solution, but it's always best to consult with a vet before using any herbal remedies. Some owners attempt inhalations by bringing their cat into a bathroom filled with warm steam. But be careful, if your pet gets stressed, this method can actually increase their anxiety. Observe their reaction and don't insist if you see your cat is clearly uncomfortable. Do not use human medications on your own without a vet's prescription. Cats have very different sensitivities to drugs. Incorrect dosage can do more harm than good. Point 4. When a vet visit is a must. I know many of us love online advice and think, why rush to the clinic right now? But if your pet's temperature rises above normal, for cats, that's roughly above 39.0 degrees Celsius or 102.2 degrees, if they stop drinking water, or you notice severe shortness of breath, you absolutely must not delay seeing a specialist. This is because a cold can sometimes mask other illnesses, the same viral infections, rhinotracheitis, calicivirus, or bacterial complications. Only a veterinarian, after conducting an examination or necessary tests, can make an accurate diagnosis. I heard a story from a vet. Someone came in with their cat, thinking it's just a cold, but it turned out to be pneumonia. Luckily, they sought help in time and treatment was more successful. So, be vigilant about your kitty's well-being and don't hesitate to turn to professionals when the situation is serious. Point 5. The role of quality nutrition and immunity. Just as improper owner behavior can undermine a cat's trust, we talked about this when we mentioned tail pulling and loud noises, an unbalanced diet negatively impacts their ability to resist diseases. Cats are natural carnivores. They need high-quality protein and a range of essential vitamins. If your pet eats just anything or receives unbalanced food, their natural defenses weaken. So, dear friends, carefully read the ingredient list on food packaging and make sure there are no cheap fillers and that meat components are listed first. If you suspect a serious vitamin deficiency, it's best to consult with a vet about additional supplements. Point 6. Avoid stressful situations. Stress is a sneaky thing that can worsen any health issue, including colds. You already know that cats are extremely attached to their territory and familiar routines. Any sudden change in their environment, furniture rearrangement, a closed door to a usual room, even loud noises or the arrival of new animals can impact their psyche. If your cat already has a cold or is recovering from illness, it's even more important to surround them with peace and comfort. Try not to start noisy renovations during this time. Don't invite crowds of guests and don't bring unfamiliar objects into the house that might frighten your pet. Give them a chance to recover calmly and regain their sense of security. Point 7. Special attention to kittens and senior cats. Just like in humans, young children and the elderly are at-risk groups. In cats, kittens and senior cats require extra attention. Kittens' immune systems are not yet fully developed, and in older cats, the immune system is no longer as robust in responding to pathogens. If your fluffy Malish, baby, little one, is sneezing and has discharge from their eyes, don't postpone a vet visit. In young animals, the illness progresses faster and more acutely. And for older cats, it's crucial to avoid chilling, as even a small draft can lead to serious consequences. Point 8. Maintain contact and observe changes. As we've already mentioned, when changes occur in the house, whether it's a new acquaintance or furniture rearrangement, cats can become withdrawn and you might not immediately notice signs of illness. Therefore, it's very important to give your pet attention daily. Pet them, talk to them, monitor the quality of their coat, check their eyes and ears. If a cat is used to a short ritual, for example, every morning they jump onto your lap to get their dose of affection and suddenly they stop doing this, it's a reason to be alert. Often, a decrease in usual activity is the first sign of health problems, including the initial stage of a cold. Point 9. Jokes and experiments are off limits. Remember the story about cucumbers or unexpected pranks on cats? Fear and stress undermine immunity, and if a cat is already on the verge of a cold, any funny antics can worsen their condition. Dressing up in funny costumes is also best left aside if your pet is sick. They're not in the mood for fun right now, and restricted movement from clothing will only add irritation and discomfort. Allow your sick pet to live at a calm pace. Let them sleep as much as they want, hide in their favorite nook, avoid unnecessary contact. Agree when we're sick ourselves, the last thing we want is to be entertained with excessive jokes. Point 10. Prevention is key. And finally, the most obvious but often forgotten things. If your cat goes outdoors, try to ensure their return home isn't accompanied by a sharp temperature change, especially in winter. If your kitty is indoors only, ventilate the room regularly, but avoid creating drafts. Keep their litter box and bowls clean, as germs can also cause illness. Get them vaccinated on time. There are combination vaccines for cats that protect against many viral diseases similar to a cold. And of course, let your cat live according to their routine, without sudden shocks. These are the main points about colds and treatment in cats. I hope that now you will be more attentive to the initial signs of illness and will not underestimate the seriousness of a cold. Share in the comments or in personal stories if you've encountered similar situations and how you solved the problem. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to not miss new releases about feline health and behavior. There's much more interesting content ahead. Take care of your fluffy friends and stay healthy.